Hey everybody, it's Steve with Sky194 and I appreciate you stopping in to check out my video. And we are here at Kyalami with the Honda NSX EVO GT3 car, and I had a request to look at improving the setup. You know, I did it a long time ago when it first came out. I think when the first when the Intercontinental GT tracks and all that came out, and of course I've driven lots and lots of miles since then, and so I drove it, and yeah, it's a lot different. And plus, of course, they did some updates which changed it, the suspension update, and a lot of other things that ACC has done. So I figured it was worth taking a look at to see if we could get this thing to, if I could get it, you know, up near the other cars and things like that. So we are here doing a qualifying. I have been working on this setup for probably a couple hours. It's not perfect, but it's really good. But as far as what it compared to what it was before when I first did a setup guide with it, it's night and day difference. And we can go into that when we get going here. So this is a short qualifying, 10 minutes, and then we'll get into the race. The AI is at 97 and the aggression is 96. So just like I have it set on, you know, just about everything else, definitely no walk, you know, easy walk in the park type thing. So let's load the setup. And I'll show more of that later.
Green light. Give it all you got.
Of course, I have 50 liters on right now of fuel, so it's not like I'm on some kind of quality setup. This is just the same setup that I have in the race. See if we have to make any adjustments or anything. I don't know. Tires warmed up. Take it easy on this first lap. The original setup that I did for this car for Kyalami, I think I ran a low 43 with it. I pretty much have blown that completely off the planet. So just the aggressive, which it feels, even the aggressive feels completely different than it did before. And I ran the fastest I ran with the aggressive is like a 142.3. That was really it. I did that a couple times, so it wasn't like a fluke. I mean, I did it twice, and a lot of other 142.5s and 6s and things like that. So the aggressive is good, a lot better feeling than it did the first time. A lot better. And I was in practice and still, you know, race setup, you know, not a, you know, normal fuel load, the whole deal. Even the number 2 brake pads, you know, didn't even go down to the number 1s or anything. And I had a 142 flat. It was a 142.05. So that is huge. That's over a second faster than I was with this, you know, when I first did a setup for it. So let's see what we can do here qualifying, of course, in the race, over a race, you know, stint. Right in my way. Gonna go outside or inside? It's alright, I'm just getting going here.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
There you go, 42.5. Set up a little bit.
Well done, mate. This has been your personal best.
Lost some time there.
Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
2:14. Yeah, too deep. Tires look perfect. Terrible lap, still 42.50. Not a terrible lap, but just missing a few little things here and there.
Session is now over.
Alright, qualified third. Got a Ferrari and a Lamborghini ahead of us. They're in the 41s. Couldn't quite match my fast time in the practice. It could be just anything, a couple little teeny mistakes. They're all legal. I mean, there you go, right there. I mean, that's about the same. That's over 10th right there. That's a 10th and a half. So right there's a 42 flat. Right there. If that would have been right here, just that one sector, I would have been a 42.0. So that's just how close it is. You're talking just teeny bit. Don't take much. I had the fastest first sector, and then each one of the other guys had the fastest sector too. That's interesting. I'm gonna make for a tough race, and I got a Lamborghini and a Porsche behind me. So very, very interesting. Oh, that's a 56. That's the one of the new liveries. There. That's interesting. Cool. Hope you checked that video out with the new liveries with the Porsche that we got on the update 1.4.4. So let's go to the next session. And you can see it's dusk. And let's go over the setup. Setup, we got 26.7 left front, 26.2 left rear, 26.5 right front, and 25.9 right rear. Tow is -0.1. I did not change that. That is the same as aggressive. Camber is -4.0. I did change that. Caster is 13.6. I did change that. And I actually could go a little more aggressive, but I started once in a while I'd get graining, so I backed it off maybe a teeny bit off the negative camber, just because it seemed like the performance, maybe you get a little bit more grip, but then I start getting graining on the inside of the tire, so I knocked it back because this is a race setup, not a qualifying. Tow is a 0.05 on the rear, and the camber is a -2.7, which I changed from the aggressive. It was a lot more than that. But the car was getting a power oversteer a lot of times off the turns. And it's not terrible, but you know, anytime you're doing that, you know, if you cost you a little bit of time, and over the whole race as it wears, it's probably going to get worse. Because one thing I did check that I do now that I didn't do before is I check which I'll show you when I get to the end of the aero. I check what it would be like with low fuel on as far as the aero variation, and this car just gains a teeny bit of aero in the front when it gets low on fuel. So it means, if anything, it's going to get a little bit, rotate maybe a little bit faster, a little looser, however you want to call it, as the fuel comes off. So I'm worried that power oversteer is going to get worse. So that's why I wanted more tire on the ground, so I took some of the negative camber out of the rear, and it seemed to help a lot coming off the corner. Electronics, I got it 3 and 4 and 3. That's about the same, I think. Fuel, 50 liters with the number 2 brake pads. Mechanical, I changed that. That's got 6 on the anti-roll bar. Brake bias, that's down to 55, which is really good for this car. It's very well balanced. I had it a little higher and then put it back, so I had to try it. Of course, steering ratio all the way down. Wheel rate in the front is 151,000, which is the same. I did not change that. Bump stop rate is 1,000. I changed that. The bump stop range is 0. I changed that. The wheel rate in the rear, I massively changed. It was really stiff. I knocked it way down to 142,000. And the bump stop rate is 500. I did not change that. And the bump stop range is 6. I changed that. Anti-roll bar is 5. I changed it. And preload on the diff, I'm gonna knock down 10 down to 50, trying to help it turn, especially in that on top of the hill there, that real tight turn there on top of the hill. Dampers, I did change a pretty good amount. The front's 15, 10, 21, and 20, and the rear is 13, 10, 20, and 22. And I mean, there's probably some more you could get there, but I tried to. It was really the one thing it hasn't changed from before is it bumps really harsh. So I did help it. It did help some, taking the spring out and doing the suspension. Still kind of harsh, but it's not as bad as it was. Aero is 55 in the front, which I did not change, and 78 in the rear, which I changed some, so I don't know if that's what it was or not. I went up more than that. I went down. Rear wing, I added 1, so that's actually got 1 more rear wing than it had, and the 4 and 3 and the brake ducts, I think I changed that too. Aero variation isn't much different. It's almost the same as it was when the aggressive, I think aggressive was 4.3, so it's only 4.4, so it's not much change in aero variation. But like I said, when I tested it here on the fuel load test, you only can do it in practice yet. It's the only time you can do it. It actually, when they gained another 1/10. So if anything, it's going to gain a little bit more front aero as you run through the, get a lighter fuel load. So that's another thing I want to keep. I don't want the car overly rotating, and then when it gets low on fuel, it's just, you can't handle it. Between worn tires and everything else, it's just a handful. So that's basically what I did. And I will, again, put a link in the description so you can download the setup if you want to do it that way. But I also do it this way because I want to explain what I did, why I did it, things like that. I hope that's okay, and I hope I communicate that okay to you guys. And so let's see what she can do in a race.
Stay double file.
I love these dust night stuff. I really like it. I don't know what it is. It just looks cool. I got a fan up above me going. I hope it doesn't bother the mic. I hope not. This computer in here is like a heater. Air's wide open and the fan going just to try to keep me cool.
Green light, go, go, go.
This is where it hurts.
Car on the left.
Honda, don't want to accelerate. The little engine.
Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
just a little motor.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Dang it. What I did not want is them up crawling up me going up to this turn up here. Run wide. Do it on purpose because they'll take you out.
Well done, mate. Your fastest lap so far.
Isn't it beautiful here at night or midnight? Love it. Awesome.
Well done, mate. Cross all the best. Gaining on the car heading sector 1. Well done, mate. Personal fastest lap.
Whew, man, it's tough.
Brother mate, this has been your personal best.
All right. Damn. Jump sideways on me. I can't let up. The Ferrari's coming. Also, I tried map 1 and 4. I had somebody asking about that also, and they're same. I didn't see any difference at all. Speed, time. Matter of fact, I ran the same times within a few hundreds, and mile an hour wise, it was exactly the same down the straightaway. So I didn't see any difference at all between map 1 and map 4.
We are halfway through, keep it up.
So beautiful, man. I broke 1,300 hours playing ACC. I'm over 1,300 hours now. Still loving it. Can't wait till they come out with the new tracks. British Championship, that's going to be really cool. Let's lose it.
Gaining on the car ahead in sector 1. Well done, mate. Your fastest lap so far.
Alright. It. Too deep. Dang it. Oh, you can't see at night. Missed my brake marker. Fraction too deep. Tires look perfect. Consistent. I mean, it's really consistent. try to pinch it. Try to keep the corner speed up. That's what this car is corner speed. Definitely not a point and shoot. That's why I don't think it likes this turn up here. So it's got to slow down too much and then speed back up. Acceleration is not its forte. It's not terrible, but it's just not, you know, like in the Porsche or Lamborghini category as far as acceleration or AMG.
Final lap time. Gaining on the car heading sector 1.
Plenty of fuel left, 18 liters. I wish I could have stuck with them in the beginning. I got separated.
Leader has finished the race. Excellent job, mate.
All right.
P3, we're on the podium. Now bring it back home
All
safely.
right. Woo. Go through the blue smoke. All right. Awesome. Of course, you know me and fireworks. Gotta love them fireworks. Man, just looks amazing. Just even that. Never ceases to amaze me how good that looks. And of course, just this one, the livery, made up a little bit different. And of course, it's got my matching driver in it. And of course, you got the insides. I don't know if I've ever looked around inside here or not. The Honda, the EVO, which to me is just as good looking as the outside. Look at that. Look at all the connector. I mean, everything in here is just looks awesome. Just love it. Just love their passion. Never ceases to amaze me how great everything looks. Sounds, everything. All right, finished third. I'm happy with that. Let's look at the timetables. They were all legals. So that's good. Oh my goodness, look at that. Man, that's a shame because that right there would have been huge. Oh my goodness. Oh man, that's like 3/10. That would have been a high 41. right there. Would have been a high 41 if I would have had that right here. Shoot. Even a lot of other ones I had were at least a tenth faster, or that one, like that one, that's almost 2/10. Yeah, but still, I mean, it's a low 42, high 41. I mean, and I ran 42s every lap except one. Even the first lap was a 42.5. One lap I screwed up. I ran a 43.3, but then everything else is all 42s and a lot of lower 42s. So, I mean, that's a lot faster than it was prior with the old setup. Maybe some of that's me. You know, I'm faster than I was then. Oops, excuse me. I'm, you know, probably faster then, but I mean, the cars also feels a lot better too, and the aggressive is a lot better. The aggressive, again, don't get me wrong, aggressive is a good. Whoops, look at that, turned him right around. The aggressive is a very good setup for an aggressive setup. Like I said, I ran, you know, I only gained maybe 2 to 3 tenths on the going to my setup. So like I said, it's a very good setup. So if you want to try just the aggressive, it is very good. It just, you know, has a few things that I didn't like, and as you can see, over the whole stint, you know, it is very consistent. So I hope you try it out, and if you do, please give me some feedback. I would appreciate it. And please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified, all that YouTube stuff, and I sure would appreciate it to support the channel. And please share it too if you know anybody that likes ACC content and models that I review once in a while, but every month and a half. And I'd sure appreciate it, and I hope you come back and visit soon. Y'all take care. See ya.